Let's start by sitting in Sukhasana. So just a little bit of practice in the morning when you don't have enough time and you want to just get going, all right? Before we get started, if you enjoy this video and find it helpful, please give it a like. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe and don't forget to click the bell so that you are notified when the new videos are uploaded. Now let's get started. So sitting in Sukhasana, release the knees down, bring your hands to your chest. Just pay attention to your breath. Set an intention for yourself this morning. To allow the mind to release, become quiet, letting go of whatever you needed to do today to be here, and just be focused for this next 10 or 15 minutes. And then bowing your head, acknowledge the divine within, bring your hands down, and lift your head. Open up your eyes. Start by interlacing the fingers, pressing out. Parvatasana, reach the arms up. So as you reach the arms up, just feel the outer hips descending. And as you extend up, experience that length coming through the side trunk, all the way through the armpit chest. Press the fingers into the hand and feel that extension coming through the hand, the broadening, the width through the hand. Dropping the shoulders, outer arms moving in, feeling the elbows moving in towards one another and reach up again. And then descend the arms down, change the cross on the fingers, turn the palms out again, connect the upper arm toward the shoulders so that you feel that connection in the arm and the shoulder girdle, and lift up. And as you lift up, again, come down to the hips, to the knees, descending, the feet grounded on the floor. Feel that spread through the hips and that foundation lifting up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, descend the shoulders. Bring the elbows towards one another. Feel the outer arms. So you're beginning to feel some connection, some circulation come. And then take your right arm up, take your left hand back. Just do a quick little twist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn. Bring your hand to the outer knee. And again, coming down to your foundation, to your hips. Feel that everything is descending, and then you're lengthening up through the side trunk, through the front body, through the back body. Keep the shoulders descending. And turn from the back ribs. Turn the right chest. Keep the center of the chest lifted, the sternum bone. And exhale, come back to the center. And then, starting with the other side, reach up, bring the other hand back. Use that lifted arm to help turn the whole side of the trunk. Bring the hand onto the outer knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. So using your breath to get that extension, breathe deeply in, lifting the front ribs up, lengthening the front body from the pubic bone up to the sternum, widening the collarbones, and then feeling as you exhale that turning coming from the back toward the front chest, left chest moving forward, right chest moving back, and then release. Good? Okay, coming into forward Virasana now. Come onto the front of your mat, knees wide, toes together. Lift the knees up so you're lengthening the fronts of the shin bone. Stretch the toes back. And connect the hips toward the heels and start walking your hands forward. So spreading the fingers, lengthening the fingers forward. Press into the mounds of the fingers and the mound of the hand. Lift the wrist up, lift the forearms up. Draw the elbows in. Make sure that you have that firm connection with the ground and draw the hips back. So again, you're lengthening that side body from the outer arms to the outer armpit chest, to the outer side trunk, back through the waist, drawing the hips back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, moving the hips back. Creating that opening in the armpit chest, the part of the armpit that's facing the floor. Keep the forearms lifting. Keep the elbows lifting. And then come onto your knees. Keeping the hands where they are, turn the toes under. Come up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come up onto your toes first, so creating maximum height. And bend all your toes so you can really feel that there's that extension and flexibility coming into the toes. And then lift the heels up. And as you lift the heels up, pressing the hands down, reaching up through the side trunk, lengthening. Feeling the hands firmly on the ground. So pressing straight down so that the hands don't slide forward. Press into the heels, press into the mounds. And then lift up your knees, tighten your kneecaps, moving the knee back into the socket to open the knee, the inner and outer knee. From the inner heels, lift up to the inner groin, connect from the outer hip to the outer heel, and start to roll the mounds down toward the heels, as the heels drawing down toward the floor. Extend the heels back. They might not reach the floor, that's okay, but just lengthen the heels in that direction. So not only down, but back toward the end of your mat. Front thighs lifting up. Moving the inner thighs back. Re-engage the arms. Keep the front ribs lifting towards your back ribs. So the front body and the back body are parallel. And then come down again into forward Virasana. Lengthen. Breathe. Just observe what you feel in your body. You're doing this in the morning, or if you just need to have a little pick-me-up during your day, short amount of time. And then again, rolling over the mounds. Move the hips back. Outer hips back. Outer hips to outer heels. Inner heels to inner thighs. Lengthen the arms from the hands, moving up, from the feet, lifting up into the hips. Take a few breaths there. And then walk your feet in, coming to a wide stride Uttanasana. Walk your hands forward so that your hands are underneath your shoulders, so that you're getting that length through the side trunk. And press your fingers down and pull the fingers back so that the trunk moves forward as you move your thighs back. So using the action of the legs to move back, outer hips moving back, fingertips pressing, and as if you're pulling your trunk forward from your waist through the crown of the head. And then bring your hands back a little bit more. Bend your elbows, let yourself release down. Bring the weight toward the toes, release your head. And then again, come forward again, lengthening, and then bring your hands onto your hips. Okay? So now you're going to stand the wide stride coming into Prasarita Padottanasana. You can have your heels on the back edge of the mat. So have a nice wide stride. And look at your feet. Have the outer edges of the feet in line with the outer edges of the mat. We'll come forward, bending from the hips, coming forward with your hands on your hips. Lift your elbows up and move the hips back, like you did in Uttanasana just a few minutes ago with your hands on the floor. Moving the thighs back, lifting the knees. Bring your fingertips on the floor and get that concave back action. So your back ribs moving in, trunk moving forward with the fingertips pressing on the floor again and pulling so the side trunks moves forward. If you can take your hands on the toes, take the toes and lift up. If not, take your hands on the shins and lift up. As you do that, open and spread the backs of the thighs. And then coming up, coming into Utthita Trikonasana. But before we go to Utthita Trikonasana, we'll go into Virabhadrasana 2. So have a nice wide stride, bend the knee, extend the arms forward, and let your hips sink down. So feel the feet on the floor, the front of the foot, the back of the foot. And then from there, come up, go into Utthita Trikonasana. So as you come down, bring your hand right on your ankle, press down and lift up. So straighten the knees, turn where we had that twisting action earlier, turn and look up. Take a few breaths and then inhale, come up, come back to Virabhadrasana 2, and then stand up, coming back to Prasarita Padottanasana, again coming forward, creating that broadness, that width across the back of the thigh, lengthen the calf towards your heel. Bring your hands onto your hips. And then come up, turning to do the other side. Starting again in Virabhadrasana 2. So getting that movement of the hip. Keep the back thigh lifted. Stay even on the feet. Lift the chest, collarbones wide. And keep the trunk between the two legs. Inhale, exhale. Look over that front hand. Tailbone moving down, pubic bone lifting up. Lift the chest. Nice deep breath. Relax the exhalation. And then coming up into Utthita Trikonasana. Bring your hand down, straighten the front leg. And lift the chest. Turn. Keep the back foot engaged to the outer edge of the foot. If you need to, if the stride is a little too wide for you with the Virabhadrasana 2, you can bring the foot in so you have more stability. Turn the chest, look up. And then come back into Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten the legs again. Prasarita Padottanasana. And coming back down. Take your hands back a little bit further. Press the fingers. Reach the fingers back. And lengthen forward. And now take your hands onto your hips. Take your right hand over. Do a little bit of a twist. Turn. Open the chest. Turning the back ribs down toward the floor. Keep the thighs moving back. And then bring your fingertips back on the floor, coming to do the other side. Adjust your legs as you need to. So you need to make sure that you're on the outer edge of the feet. Inner arch is lifting. Lift and turn. And then coming back down. Prasarita Padottanasana. And then turning the right foot, come into downward dog. Step that foot back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then come down on the floor. We'll sit down and adjust your hips. You lie down on the floor. I have a strap here, so you can take the strap. Extend your right leg out. Bring your left leg, bend the knee, and bring the strap right onto the heel. So connecting the strap from the heel into the hip. Just open the back of the knee by drawing the kneecap up, firming that knee, firming the upper thigh. Move the outer hip away. Take a few deep breaths. Release the leg down into the hips. Broaden the lower back. Feel that the weight coming from the heel has the weight moving into that hip, so you feel the distribution of weight through the right side and the left. And then take that strap off. You can bring the other strap onto the heel. Keep this knee bent. Extend the leg out, extending through the heel. Draw the toes up. Again, bring the strap onto the heel so you can feel that connection. Shoulder blades moving down, chest broad, front of the thigh moving away. Reach up through the ball of the foot. The left leg is descending, so keep that left leg firm on the floor. Soften the breath. And then bend that knee, bring both feet up. This time, bring the strap onto the ball of the foot. Keep the legs at 90 degrees. And as if you still had that strap on your heel, connect with the hips. And at the same time, press up into the ball of the foot so you start to stretch the skin of the leg. Abdomen is moving down toward the floor, navel, soft breath. And then bend the knees. Take your strap away. Bring your right knee or your left knee into your chest. Parvatasana. Keep the left foot relaxed. Keep the right foot active, extending through that heel. And then switch sides. Bring that leg down. Extend through the heel. So keeping that leg on the floor active, your left leg, draw your right knee towards your chest. So you're still maintaining that movement of the outer hip. Still aware of that direction of the hip moving toward the end of your mat. Soft breath. And then release your foot down. Come onto both feet. I have a block here. You can take your block and you can either have it on the second height or the third height. I'll put it on the second height. Roll your shoulders under. Feet on the floor so that your feet are parallel to one another. The thighs are parallel to one another. Keep reaching the arms down. Get that lift to the chest. So as you lift the chest, descend your shoulders. And then extend your legs out, starting with your heel. Feeling that block right on your lower back there, so you can feel both sides that are supported. Like you could feel when you brought the leg up and you had the strap on the heel. That connection from the heel to the hips. Relax your arms. Use the arms pressing down to lift the front armpit chest. Just be there and breathe. As you exhale, the thighs are descending, shoulders are descending. Taking a few breaths there, pressing out through the ball of the foot. And then bend your knees. You can use the strap for this, or you can just take your legs up, knees bent, extend up through the legs. So again, you want to keep the legs at more of a 90 degrees, so not like this. If you can bring the legs up a little bit further, but don't bring the legs too close to you. You want to stay stable on that block, so the lower back will dictate how far you can go. If you come too far, your block will fall. Okay, so that's a good indication for you. Relax the breath. And then bend the knees. Take the block away. And extend both legs for Shavasana. And just allowing the legs to fall out. Relaxing the arms, be right on the shoulder blades, so the shoulder blades are flat. And with your exhalations, just let the arms descend further. Have enough space between the arms, not too wide. If you take it too wide, you'll be distracted in Shavasana. Too close and the chest won't lift. So just allow yourself now to gently release, feeling the breath. Relax the breath. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands onto your abdomen. Bending the knees. And you'll roll over onto your right side and press yourself up. And once you've come back up, namaste.